Okay, you are live. Mr. Chairman, you were good to go.
All right. Welcome, everyone. I'll call the Budget Committee to order, April the 13th, 7:25. I'll have a roll call first. Dacus?
Here.
Farley?
Here.
Lillard is not here. Is that correct?
Correct.
Logan?
Here.
Oglesby?
Here.
Steve Reeves?
Here.
Rice?
Here.
Ray Seals is absent, and German. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started. We'll start on number one on the agenda. Budget amendment, general fund 101, kind of year-end cleanup. Several large items there, but I think mainly it's just year-end business. And I did have one question, Mayor. I'm sure we've asked it many times. I want to ask it again. Trustees commission, that's always good if that's a big number. That means we got more money coming in.
Essentially, that's what it is. She's handling more money. She gets a little piece of a commission for everything she handles.
Okay. It is a hit to the fund balance of 117,700. Any discussion?
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I got one question.
Yes, sir.
Line item 55-130, ambulance. Is that something we did a committee or two back? Because I know we didn't discuss that yet last night. Or am I on the wrong one? I've got 5,000 for building repair. You see what I'm talking about, Skip?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Charles, you on there?
I'm here.
The 25,000, 20 and 5 in ambulance, one's for buildings and one's for vehicles. Is that the vehicle would be the engine?
Vehicles would be the ambulance themselves. So there was an engine that broke. We had Director Miller had about 7 or 8 large purchase orders on a bunch of different of the units for all sorts of different repairs. And what we've put in there, he's spending a lot on repairs. And then if I remember correctly, there was a door at the ambulance department that had some water damage on it, had to have some doors replaced and some other repairs at the ambulance building.
Okay.
Yeah, we just did.
This
We
didn't
didn't
go through health and
discuss it.
welfare last night. Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't discuss it at the committee level. So
And has that been added to his budget already, or is that something we'll see after we vote on, like next month, Mayor?
That would be added on as of when it's pretty much already been spent, if I'm not mistaken. Correct, Charles?
That's correct. I'm trying to
Okay.
cover.
Okay.
okay, that's fine. I didn't remember seeing it, so I'm good. That's fine.
Okay.
Any other questions?
I move we approve.
All right, that was Commissioner Reeves made a motion. We approve.
Okay.
Second, Farley.
Commissioner Farley has made the second. All in favor, say aye.
Roll call.
Can't do that.
Oh, that's right. Dadgummit. All right, here we go. Alphabetical order. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
Okay. Those opposed, like sign. Budget amendment is approved. Number 2, county clerk reserve request. We got, looks like county clerk needs some more office supplies, $2,036, but it's coming out of a reserve account for that purpose. Zero change to the fund balance.
Make a motion, we approve.
Commissioner Farley
Second.
made a motion to approve it, second by Oglesby.
Second. Yeah, Oglesby.
Oglesby.
No, three.
All right. Roll call again. Here we go. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
Unanimous. Budget amendments approved. All right, number 3. This is Capital Projects Fund 171. Looks like the sheriff needs a couple more thousand for his motor vehicles. That's like I said, that's a separate account, capital project, $2,000 reduction in the fund balance.
Move it be approved. Oglesby.
Ogilvy's made a motion, we approve it.
Second, Logan.
Logan. Logan made this, Commissioner Logan made the second. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes.
Unanimous. Budget amendment is approved. Number 4. All right, this is a HUD Grant Capital Projects Fund 175. This went through Development Committee. Commissioner Farley, you mind discussing this one, please?
No, sir, not at all. All we're doing is making an accounting so that we know where it comes in and where it goes. It was already approved and was expected. We just need to show it in the budget.
Okay. Would you like to make that motion?
Make so motion, sir.
Commissioner Farley has made a motion that we approve this budget amendment. I need a second.
And Rice.
Seconded by Commissioner Rice. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
Amendment is approved. Number 5. Budget amendment. This is Capital Projects Fund 171. I think we've already voted to do all of this. This is just putting it on the books where we're getting the bond money, putting them on the books to turn around and spend it for those tankers and fire trucks, whatever that we approved. Is that correct, Mayor?
It is to a certain extent. We've left this one sort of open-ended. We know we're on the hook for it. We're either going to come out of our pocket or we're going to borrow the funds. And the hang up last month, if you remember, we got the federal money and they still have not told us how to spend this. And it looks like it may be a while before they do tell us. At this stage, I'd say go ahead and let's try to borrow the funds. And if we get the money back in, we can use it to some payoff, or we can shift some money around to pay off other things that will allow us some latitude to take care of it. Honestly, folks, I thought by now we'd have some federal regulations telling us what we can and can't do. And even the legislators up there from Kustoff's office, they don't know what it's going to look like. So I can't tell you that money is going to be available. So rather go into our fund balance with this, I'd say go ahead and borrow the money, which that comes a little bit later in the agenda. I think it actually comes in next. And that would be just a resolution to move forward with that borrowing.
All right, any other questions? Need a motion to approve.
Rice moves to approve.
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, who was the second?
Reeves.
Okay. Commissioner Rice made the motion, second by Commissioner Reeves. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes.
All right, the amendment was approved. Number 6, we had to have a resolution, I guess, for the bond issues and all, Mayor. That's what this is actually legalizing what we've already voted to do.
Yeah, so what you got in your packets, what we've already passed, so just so that you can see the wording of it. We held up last time. We told Mr. Golden, Mr. Hips, our bond counsel, let's put it that way, to move forward with the refinancing of everything, but to hold up on the new money until we told him for sure to go forward with it. The resolution you've got in your packet basically starts a clock running, and there's 20 days for folks to talk about it. That's already passed. In fact, we're going to have the minutes readjusted because that wasn't in the last packet of minutes. But anyway, at this stage, I need the commission just basically say, go ahead and move forward with it, because that's where we left it at the last commission meeting.
I make a motion to be approved.
Commissioner Logan
Oglesby, second.
made a motion that we approve this resolution, second by Oglesby.
Oglesby.
Okay. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
Rice.
yes,
It is approved. Number 7, this is our employer contribution rate confirmation. In 2020, I think we voted or passed to fund this at 3.82%, which it was really only required of 1.25%. This year, we're only required to fund it at 0.75, but the mayor and Mr. McNabb has requested that we fund it at 3.55 so that we make sure that we're in good shape. If you'll notice about middle of your page to the right, unfunded accrued liability is actually a negative, so that's a positive. But rather than letting something happen to that, we want to keep that fund in good shape. So this is a recommendation from our folks in the main office. So any questions about this? If not, I need a motion.
Rice moves to approve.
All right, I got a motion from Commissioner Rice. Need a second.
Reeves will second.
Mr. Steve Reeves made the second. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes,
Motion passed. We recommended to the full commission. All right. 8, airport discussion. The first topic under that is hangar lighting. This did go through development committee, and of course, I know y'all have read the pros and cons of these requests in front of us, but I'm gonna ask Commissioner Farley to tell us what his committee recommended.
We recommended that all 3 things that come up would be approved. The hangar lighting is going to be paid for by the tenants buying the fixtures and such, and they're putting in. It will actually save the amount of power, electrical power we use there. So the hangar lighting part comes to the commission with full support of the development committee. I make a motion we approve.
Second.
All right, I got a motion, Commissioner Farley. We approve the hangar lighting for the air. And who was the second?
Logan.
Commissioner Logan. Let's made the second. Roll call. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice.
yes,
Motion is approved. All right, second topic under that is the tenant fuel discount. Commissioner Farley.
All right, I may muddy this up, but basically we're offering the tenants at the airport a discount in fuel to make sure, not to make sure, to entice them or what have you to buy the fuel from us. Currently, Bolivar is a lot cheaper than we are, and we would like to keep the business of the people that are at the airport. So basically, we're lowering the cost of that to increase the sales. Did I miss, excuse me, did I miss anything, Mayor or Mr. Bliss?
I think you pretty well hit that one on the head. We're lowering our rate of return from 15% to 10%, which I forgot how many pennies that works out to. But it's just for the tenants, and that's another little perk to be out there, plus keeps our fuel here. And I think the rationale with Rusty has sort of pulled together is that they might buy an extra load of fuel, plus it's goodwill being built out there. And I see Rusty's on, so he's, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly the way it's presented.
All right, who would like to make the motion? Farley?
Make so motion, sir.
All right,
Logan.
Commissioner.
Logan, something.
Okay, I got a motion to approve from Commissioner Farley and a second from Commissioner Logan. Any other questions?
Got one question, Mr. Chairman.
Sure.
The fuel at Bolivar being cheaper than ours, is that do they have hangars and have tenants, or what's going on there?
Rusty, can you answer that? For Commissioner
They do have some T hangers there, and they do have tenants there that are buying the fuel. What I'm trying to do, go ahead, I'm sorry, Mr. Reeves.
Well, what I was going to say, if one of our planes goes over there, they're not a tenant, but do they get the cheaper price?
They get the price that Bolivar is charging, $3.20 a gallon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what, I don't understand. I understand fuel purchases, but why are their purchases, or why is their fuel so much cheaper than ours? Is it a quantity? Is it vendor?
It may be, they don't have a lot of fuel turnover where we actually do. They may have bought some fuel a long time ago at a much cheaper price.
So at some point theirs has got to go up then.
At some point theirs does have to go up. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
And this is only for, what do we say, 6 months?
6 months.
6 months. This is a trial period.
And you've actually had pilots come in there that some of those planes you told me held what, 1,000 gallons?
Well, we had a Learjet come in on Friday. It holds 1,100 gallons of fuel. They only purchased 300 gallons, mainly because that at the time, we're not under the contract fuel servicing.
And this, what you're recommending, he would have went ahead and filled up with us
He
if he
probably
could
would
have
have bought more fuel because he was
actually had.
Yeah, he
This
was
is
leaving empty.
Commissioner
But
Farley.
that's a separate issue. Then we're talking about the discount. That's the contract fuel. But what I'm trying to do is entice the pilots that are based here and supporting the airport to stay here and do their business here with us. So I'd rather have 10% of something than 15% of nothing.
Is 10% too high?
No, sir.
And this-
I think we'd be very competitive.
Okay.
And the committee is that he's putting his budget together, and all these dollars, any profit is such goes to pay people out there, take care of things.
Yeah.
Done at the airport. So this is revenue generated that's put back in there. And this is one of, I think, 3 things on fuel purchases that I think Commissioner Farley is going to address.
Okay.
Okay, I had a motion and a second. Any other questions? Thank you, Rusty. Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice.
yes.
Motion passed. All right, I don't know what this fall event is. Can you help me out, Commissioner Farley? I didn't see anything in my packet on that.
The
I can't hear
Shell-
you. There you go.
Yes, sir. The Shell Aero Class Rewards Program is a kind of a loyalty program that Mr. Bliss has come up with to make money. What it does is offer the pilots points for buying gas from us. Just like y'all were just discussing the guy filling up with 300 gallons and when he could have filled up with 1,100. If y'all will turn to page 96, I believe it is, it shows the points that they would earn from the extra gallons that it would fill up. Now, we're giving them a discount, but for a $500 purchase, we're giving them $10 off worth of points where they're buying purchase to make us $500 more in fuel. That's kind of confusing, wasn't it?
It's very confusing, Mr. Farley. Let me kind of clarify that a little bit. The cost to the county is that for each gallon of fuel that we sell to this person that's a member of the AeroClass point system, it cost us 2 cents. And instead of them buying, my perfect example is Memphis Manufacturing, a Memphis contract, and they've recently opened a firm here in Somerville. They have a corporate jet business that's 2 or 3 times a month. And he only buys enough fuel to get to the next fixed base operator that offers the AeroClass points, because he uses this as a much like you would your Visa card with a rebate. But the cost to the county is going to be 2 cents per gallon for each gallon. Now we can offer bonus points, and that's going to be at the discretion of the attendant at the time. And we decided to go ahead and put that in a written policy. If a guy says, I'll buy 300 gallons, we'll offer him a bonus points, 2 extra bonus points. That'll incentivize him to buy more fuel and thus create a greater profit for us. Is that clear as mud?
Yes, it is. And understand, y'all, that these pilots get the bonus points. Some of them get thousands of dollars. They're paid December 1st with these bonus points.
That's correct.
And they get cash for the points. Some of them get thousands of dollars at the time. So it incentivizes them to buy fuel from us. So it will increase our volume quite a bit, hopefully.
Yes. And I suggest that we try this for a 6-month trial period and look back at our revenues and compare it as best as we can year over year or month over month and see where our revenues are.
Rusty, is this something that could entice pilots to land here to fuel up, even if they weren't going to land here anyway?
Absolutely. And that segues right into the contract fuel that we're going to discuss as well.
Okay.
If we are members of the AeroClass program and it's advertised to these pilots, it's pushed to the pilots that, look, Fayette County has AeroClass points and here's our price. So there's an advantage for them to shop price and shop points.
I'm all about it.
Yeah.
Comes to you from a motion from the Development Committee, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, need a second?
Second.
Second by Commissioner Logan. Roll call vote, Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice.
yes,
Motion approved. All right, number 9. Budget amendment from our general fund 101, county attorney, legal services, $50,915. That will come from our fund balance. Any question?
Have we taken care of the contract pricing, Commissioner Farley?
No, sir, you're correct. We haven't. I'm sorry. One more thing, Mr. Chairman.
Okay,
Your contract fuel, the last thing on the list, it's not on your list for these things. And then Mr. Bliss has some information about the fall events that he's planning. But the contract fuel will offer a contract with Titan Fuel called a contract fuel program. And it offers them the ability to buy their fuel on a contract basis with credit cards. The benefit to us is the 3.6 fee that we get on credit card transition goes away for us. So we gain on that. So we're actually saving 3.6% on each purchase because there's no transaction fee. And that comes, Mr. Bliss, did I have everything? Is that all?
That's correct. That's exactly correct. They waived the transaction fee. And I think we agreed to offer the contract fuel at a 3% discount of our normal retail price. So in actuality, instead of us paying the approximate 11 cents per gallon for a processing fee, we won't be charged, we won't be billed that 11 cents a gallon. That we'll be able to save that, but we're going to reduce the price by about 3%. The big plus is that have the ability to be advertised. They're going to push it to about 40,000 pilots that we have contract fuel available.
And the upside of this is that it costs us nothing. We get advertisement for free and it makes everybody happy.
Exactly.
we're gonna need to add on to the airport.
I hope so.
All
Would be a
Alright,
nice problem to have. And it comes to you, sir, from, as motion from the Development Committee. Voted.
okay, I have a motion from Commissioner Farley. I need a second.
Rice seconds.
Commissioner Rice is second the motion. Roll call, Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes,
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes,
Motion passed. Is that everything about the airport now?
I think we're going to talk real quickly. I hope I'm not interrupting about the fall event. We have tentatively secured the commitment from the Aero Shell Formation Team or Demonstration Team. They're a group of 4 T-6s, which were World War II trainers. They've agreed to come up here and present a 1-act air show. And we're going to do that Saturday, September the 25th.
Do you need a motion on that, Mayor? Or that
Yes,
just,
sir. We need
we
to
do?
give him approval to do that. Yes, sir. Because we'll have to take out some insurance. There's some other things to go with it, make sure we're right on this.
But just need our approval to move forward with planning this. Okay, someone like to make that motion?
first, as it was presented by Mr. Bliss, we're planning sponsors to cover the cost of this. So it will be not a negative to the budget of the county. So I make a motion that we approve it.
All right, need a second?
Rice seconds.
Second.
Seconded by Commissioner Wright. Roll call, Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes,
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
Rice.
Yes,
Motion passed. Now we'll go to number 9. Here we go. General Fund 101, legal services, 50,915. And that will come out of our fund balance. Any comments, Mayor?
Yes, sir. These are covering a couple of 3 budget years on several cases that ran over and they've accumulated. So I was trying to get them taken care of through other means, whatnot. But right now we need to go ahead and take care of the bill and get us back to even.
All right, any questions or any motions?
I move it be approved.
All right, I heard Commissioner Oglesby's made the motion to approve it. Who was the second?
I'll second it. Dacus.
Commissioner Dacus made the second.
Are there any big, I have a question though. Are there
Sure.
any big cases that these include, or are these just a bunch of, what do they include?
Some of them, I'll have to go bring it up. Some of it's the rental thing we're going through. One of them was a dog pound, not dog pound, but a dog thing north of town. There were several, 3 or 4 things that sort of generated this, Commissioner Dacus. And I'll get you that list though before commission to make sure it's in your packet. And if you need to, give me a holler tomorrow and I can go down the list.
Thank you.
All right, we have a motion second. Any other questions? Hearing none, and we'll do the roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
yes,
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice.
yes,
Motion passed. All right, number 10, we have a contract here with our county attorney. Is it any different than what we've always had, Mayor?
It's pretty much the same. Some of the wording is a little bit differently, but the nuts and bolts are pretty much the same. It's a little bit more streamlined than what we had. I gave it to Mr. Rosser. He's looked over it. He hadn't really commented one way or another on it, but I'd like to go ahead and move forward with it. We're supposed to be doing this every year. And hopefully if I get a form that we all can agree upon, that I can have this approved in maybe our November meeting. So when we elect somebody in January, it's already in place. But the compensation and the hourly rate is the same.
Okay, that's the main 2 things.
I move we approve.
All right, Commissioner
second
Steve.
Farley.
All right, Steve Reeves has made the motion. It's been seconded by Commissioner Farley. Any questions? Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes,
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
and Rice.
yes,
Was a motion approved. Okay, 11. Nonprofit request review. The first one is from the DeWitt Community Coalition. They're requesting funds for this coming year of $14,500, and that is what they were funded at in 2020. Any comments?
Do y'all want to hear from them? If you do, then let me step out there and make sure they can get on the camera. If not, then it's up to y'all.
What's your recommendation, Mayor?
You probably want to at least hear from them, see if there's anything new going on and what they've done with the past year's money.
Well, they've got it listed of what they're going to spend it on to the penny.
Okay.
Anybody want to hear from anybody from the DeWitt Community Coalition?
Mr. Chairman, it's the same amount every year that we give them. So if we're gonna give them this year, we might as well just do it so and let them go.
All right, would you want to make a motion?
Yeah, I make motion we'll fund them at what we get to fund them at.
Second, Oglesby.
All right, we got a motion from Commissioner Logan and it's seconded by Commissioner Oglesby to leave the amount at the same as it was in 2020. Roll call vote.
Wait.
Oh, excuse me.
What I thought we were not, why we categorize them as nonprofits? Didn't we kind of change that up?
We only have 2 left in there.
And these are the 2 then?
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. The rest
These are
of
not
them.
new ones. These are ones we funded last year at the same status.
Okay. That's fine. I'm good. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. Any other questions? All right, Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
Rice,
yes,
motion passed. All right, the second one we have is Fayette Literacy. We funded them at $4,000 in 2020, and I guess you've read that first paragraph pretty well. Tells what's happened to them, but they are requesting one more $1,000 for this coming year, 5,000 versus 4,000 from last year. Would anybody want to pitch it for them?
Does that fall in the education committee?
we,
They didn't meet, did they?
Yeah, no, we did. And most of the time, the nonprofits go straight to budget. They don't generally go through any committee, although they're definitely part of education.
we're going in the wrong direction here.
All right,
Moving one up, we were not going to continue doing nonprofits, and here's one, and I'm just wondering about raising one. It's not what our intention had been.
well, would you like to make a motion?
Well, is there any way to get this under some into the schools or something, the way we've dealt with Fayette Cares and others and found a way to take care of them, but not as a gift to a nonprofit.
Mr. Chairman.
Did they provide
Yes,
a
sir.
service that we can connect with one of our departments?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Commissioner Logan.
if I'm not mistaken, it came up on the mayor's thing last year. It was into the mayor's. So you ask Charles, he might be online. He can tell us.
Oh, but under the mayor's office, Commissioner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
I don't remember it dropping underneath me, but I'll go back and look.
Well,
Charles?
I do.
Okay. Charles, you online?
I'm here. So last year, we moved most of the entities that we had for nonprofits from the various accounts, and they were not under the mayor's office, and moved them to 519-00-320, which is dues and memberships. But Fayette Literacy and
Do it.
the DeWitt Community Coalition, sorry, they stayed in the nonprofit section because there wasn't a service that we could put under a contract.
Excuse me, Mr. Commissioner, is there someone in the courtroom that can speak on behalf of Fayette Literacy? I see someone standing out.
This is Nancy Johnson.
And I can speak to that if you wish, if you have a question. You want me to-
Just right there.
Okay. Fayette Literacy, the funds that we request as a nonprofit for Fayette Literacy are used to provide software, equipment for our adult students who work on reading, math, job skills, technology skills, and also for our students who are trying to earn a high school diploma. They may not have the skills to go into adult ed yet, so we bring them up to par. So yes, it is an education program, kind of like on a tutoring basis. We have not requested anything from Fayette County Schools because we were included under nonprofits. I have not met with anyone at Fayette County Schools, but if you were to do that, they would have to agree for it to be a line item in their budget. And I do not know if I was requesting the additional funds because of what was in my letters, that as of February, we had $795, period. And if it weren't for the PPP money from Small Business Administration and for one grant that I got, then we would have had to close. So I just asked for a little more money to get us through this struggling time, because we can't have fundraisers. So the only format that we have to raise money is from grants and from donations. So my request to raise it was just to see if I could get a little bit out of the hole. If you don't think that that's appropriate, that I'll stay with my 4,000. And if you want me to, I will work with Fayette County Schools. I will be willing to work with them to see if they would include us in it as a line item in their budget. I don't know anything else, but that doesn't involve the commission. Well, it involves the commission because you have to approve it, but it would have to be the school board that would approve that for that to happen. So I don't know how complicated or involved that would be.
I see that you have had to cut your budget 15,000 from last year.
Right, and that's my salary. I'm working for nothing right now.
Yeah, director hadn't been paid since what, 2019.
Correct.
Any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I would I'd like to explore that. We've gone through a process with Fayette Cares and connected them with the Sheriff's Department, I believe, for the services that they provide to victims. And could we do the same thing with the Board of Education and Fayette Literacy? It seems to make a lot of sense to me. And stop doing it as a nonprofit.
What about that, Mayor?
We've had a sort of a hard time. Well, we're shoehorning some things in with Fayette Cares and with Aging Commission.
Yeah.
I don't see a way of making Fayette Literacy do the same thing. At least nothing that we've got right now. Now, they will be providing a service. They're leveraging our funds to do more. So I hate to say it, but nonprofit's probably the best description of what we've got going. I don't at this time see a good way of moving them over.
is there anything within the budget that provides for community outreach? It's the same thing, you're calling it something different. Do you
Right.
have any funds that you use for community outreach, to emergency funds for feeding people or for providing anything like that? Or you would use a nonprofit agency to do that, right?
Exactly. That's right. Yeah, there was any funds like that were stripped out many years ago, and the trend has been to get away from nonprofits entirely. So, and we're down to, I think, Charles, you're still on here. I think we're down to yourself and to DeWitt at the moment. Everybody else, we've been able to sort of massage it
Where
into.
did the Senior Citizen Center go to?
They are actually, we're getting a service from them because they are providing services to the seniors, and we're buying a certain amount from them to provide services to the seniors. We have to bid out in a public, somebody wants to make an offer, but realistically, they have some extra funding that they can offset some of the costs, so they're going to be able to provide it cheaper. So that's the way we were sort of able to do
So
it.
everybody fit into a little category except for the two of us.
I haven't gotten inventive enough to figure out how to put you in another category. Long story short.
Well, Mayor, can you be working on that for another year, maybe?
I will be. And some of this money that's come down, if there's a way we can figure out how to shift some of this COVID money that we don't know how to spend yet, part of it has to do with economic, related to COVID. So there may be a way to say this is sort of a job workforce training issue locally. So we may be able to shoehorn it that way, but again, that's something I don't know yet.
Because you don't
Mr.
have.
Chairman. Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir. Farley?
I make a motion that we go ahead and fund them at last year's rate of 4,000 while we explore of moving them in, maybe under the school or having the school take them from us and or shoehorn them in somewhere else. So my
Second.
motion is we 4,000.
All right, was that a second, Commissioner Ogles?
Yes.
Okay, I have a motion and a second. Any other questions? Gonna leave it at 4,000, but do our best to try to figure out, how to help them another way.
Is this going to be my responsibility or me working with the mayor to try to figure this out?
Yeah, come on over to help me. I need to know help me work this thing out. So you come
Okay.
on.
All right. Thank you, commissioners. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Miss Nancy. All right, let's have a roll call. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
Yeah,
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reed,
Yes.
Rice.
Yes.
All right, motion passed. All right, number 12, budget amendment. General Fund 101, Carl Perkins. This is got revenue coming in and the same amount going out, coming in on the victims assistance assessments that we collect. And then we contract with the Carl Perkins for the same amount of money. Just getting the budget in, or getting the numbers in the right order here. No change to our fund balance.
I move we approve Reeves.
All right, got a motion by Commissioner Reeves, a second by Commissioner Farley. Any questions? Roll call vote. Dacus,
Yes.
Farley,
yes.
Logan,
Yes.
Oglesby,
Yes.
Steve Reeves,
Yes.
and Rice.
Yes.
Motion passed. All right. Number 13, looks like information only. Mayor?
What you got in front of you is a recommendation from the school board. And I do want to point out that Superintendent Hamlet and Mr. Vincent Harvell are both on tonight, at least listening. They went to education committee, so I invited them to tune in. But anyway, a recommendation from the school board for Miss Alicia Logan to be the representative for the school board on the redistricting committee. And I will be putting that up in front of the commission at a full meeting to complete that committee.
So you don't need a recommendation from us tonight. This is just information.
This is information right now. Yes, sir.
Okay. What else have you got, Mayor?
I believe that is all I've got to go over.
Anybody else have anything tonight on the budget committee?
I move we adjourn.
All right, well, thank y'all. I'll declare the meeting adjourned.
Thank you, Willie.
You're welcome. Thank y'all. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.